And it is a priority for me.
And here's a tough one. The Venetian or J.P. Greer's?
The Venetian and J.P. Greer's. For what?
Lunch.
Well, I have to confess that J.P. Greer's is, neither one's in my neighborhood, so I tend to stay more local. I tend to go down to, I shouldn't say over the border into Braintree, El Serape. I was up at Denley's, but that wasn't for lunch.
I was going to throw El Serape out there as, as an alternate.
So there are, hate to say an out-of-town place, but it's right over the border. So.
How's your relationship with Headland?
Good. I mean, he's a very popular figure in town of Weymouth. He's been reelected a number of times, and over the years I've had a good relationship with him.
Do you find him to be an effective advocate for Weymouth? Does he deliver the type of aid and programs that Weymouth needs as a member of the minority party?
I think he's been an effective voice for a minority point of view.
That is as political a statement as I've ever heard.
Well, the Republicans are an endangered species right now, and I don't know how you can really even judge them, because they're so weak.
Well, you see the kind of programs that are needed from the state, the kind of money sometimes that have to come in. When he goes to bat for you, does he go to bat for you? Does he hit? Does he get a hit for you?
Well, a town councilor, he doesn't go to bat for town councilors. He goes to bat for the town.
Right.
And I think we have adequate representation between Mariano, Murphy, and Headland to protect. They're all experienced, all knowledgeable, all skillful, and I think between them, I think we have a great legislative delegation.
Anything else from you guys?
Yeah, I had one thing, Colin. What do you think? What's priority number one on Greenbush when you take office? Because there's certainly going to be. It's going to have been just a few months after things. Thank you. Just a few months after things start rolling, and if people do have issues, you're going to probably hear about them. What do you forecast, and what do you think you need to do proactively on Greenbush if you get in?
Well, I mean, one could hope.
Go ahead.
One could hope. Are we?
We're underway.
We're back up.
One can hope that things turn out well. I mean, something as large as that, usually there's a few things that'll go wrong that require tweaking, and hopefully it's not a major tweak that's required. I know there's an issue about finishing the landing, and it would be my position is the same as Council Lacey's and Mayor Madden's, that the town of Weymouth went to bat for the MBTA when that project was stuck, and it's our expectation that Weymouth should not be the only community along the Greenbush line that gets stuck with cost overruns while everyone else is paid for by the MBTA.
Do you think that they should revisit the quiet zone agreement?
I think that agreement was worked out over many, many public meetings by the mitigation committee, and I support the mitigation committee.
So you're okay with trains coming through, no whistle?
My understanding is this was thoroughly discussed, and it was...
Beyond that, though, your personal view, do you think that it's a matter of safety, or do you think that
I am assuming that the MBTA and public officials would not allow this to happen if it wasn't safe. So it would be my belief that they wouldn't allow something to go through that wasn't safe. So this was thoroughly discussed during lengthy deliberations by the mitigation committee, and this is what they came up with, and I'm not going to be second guessing them.
No, absolutely it was, and, you know, and it goes back almost 10 years
Right.
that it's been discussed. I remember it being discussed down in Situate back then.
No.
But there seems to be more, at least we've had more stories of it recently, of people along the track being concerned about the agreement, about the quiet zone, the number of kids now that live along those tracks, and they seem to think that, you know, maybe it would be better served to revisit that.
I've stated my position.
Colin, I'd ask, on the fire chief question.
Yeah.
Suke has said that she can see this becoming a matter of litigation. Do you have any sense that, one, if that would be appropriate, and two, if that's inevitable?
My understanding is 8 years ago, Mayor Madden ran and was upfront that this is what he was doing. It's been known for 8 years that this day was coming. Everything he's doing is allowed under law. He's not doing anything he's not allowed to do. So from a legal perspective, I'm not sure where the legal challenge comes from.
As a mayor, are you comfortable that somebody who's not been in the position for 8 years is fully versed in the techniques and the administration of a fire department?
I am sure he is fully versed.
Anybody else? Anything? Anything you want to leave us with, Colin?
Well, I think, I think I'm a nice guy. I think I'm qualified to be mayor. I think I've had a long involvement with the town. I care about the town deeply. I want to make sure that comes across. I think there's a lot of things that I'd like to see happen in Weymouth, improving the looks of the town, getting it on a solid financial footing, seeing the air base successfully integrated into the community. I think I'm the best qualified to accomplish those things. I think I have the best ideas on those that are the main issues before the town. So I think, people ask me why I want to be mayor. I think there's an opportunity to run that I can win. I haven't run in 4 years. I didn't have an organization. I kind of threw my hat in the ring, but I came in close in the preliminary. And if you look at how the preliminary vote showed out, kind of sort out, I think it's a very close race. It's going to be a very close race, 50-50. I think the town could use someone like myself that's going to be a hard worker, honest, willing to make hard decisions, and I think it's going to be I think it's an interesting job, and I don't need the job. I'm not getting a pay raise doing this, and actually taking a significant pay cut, but I've never done anything because of money. I'm doing it because I care about the community, and I think I have something to offer the community.
Any idea how many terms you would serve?
Well, let's start with one.